Welcome to the March 26th edition of Litter Media Live for this Thursday. I believe it's the last Thursday in March. You know, sometimes I start the show and I say things that I just don't look up to make sure they're true. But I'm pretty sure this is the last Thursday in March. And where was I going to go after that? Who knows? Dan Ramey not with us today. He will be with us tomorrow. And we also have a special edition tomorrow morning that I will tell you more about later. Let's jump right into the forecast since this show has not started off the best. We're expecting to be in the 80s Thursday with a chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight, then cooler again with temperatures in the 40s for Friday and more showers. Still going to be a little cooler with temperatures in the 40s for Saturday, but look for clear skies. For the weather in your area, go to littermedia.com and click on weather. When we come back, we'll take a look at news, sports, this date in history, and our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week announcement. So stay tuned for all of that right up ahead.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
For beneficial news that you can use, make sure you check out our website, littermedia.com. We have some news stories on there for today that I will be telling you about. More stories on our social media pages, including X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio, which you can find in the upper right-hand corner of the homepage on littermedia.com. As the weather warms up and Ohioans plan to enjoy community events such as fairs, flea markets, and trade shows, the Ohio Department of Commerce Division of Financial Institutions is sharing important reminders before you engage with anyone who buys or sells precious metals. Whether individuals or businesses, anyone who is engaged in the purchasing of gold, silver, platinum, gemstones, or other precious metals from the public must be properly licensed with the state. Check out our story on littermedia.com for warning signs and suspicious behavior to look out for if you're dealing in precious metals. The Ohio Department of Veterans Services invites the public to a special Women's History Month event honoring the courage, resilience, and contributions of women in the military on Sunday, March 29th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the National Veterans Memorial and Museum. This community event will feature an afternoon of networking, author discussions, and meaningful conversations centered on women's military experiences and stories. Light refreshments will be provided during the networking hour from 2 to 2:30, followed by an author discussion beginning at 2:30 p.m. in the Great Room at the museum located at 300 West Broad Street in Columbus. Admission to this event is completely free. I know there's still some confusion regarding what's going on with the gaseous diffusion plant in Piketon. There's lots of numbers. It's a lot to wrap your head around, but the Department of Energy has shared this video on their Facebook page.
A packed room and a major announcement in Southern Ohio.
This is the center of our super intelligence.
SoftBank Group is building the world's largest AI data center with its own power supply on U.S. Department of Energy land at the former Portsmouth gaseous diffusion plant.
This is going to be a gigantic factory and ecosystem that will build intelligence, take electricity and turn it into innovation, turn it into opportunity, turn it into medical advancements so that cancers will become manageable conditions as opposed to death sentences.
The project includes a 10-gigawatt data center and up to 10 gigawatts of new power generation, including at least 9.2 gigawatts of natural gas generation.
This is not a project with debt. This is not a project that won't finish. This is a unique model in the world, and this is the first of its kind. This will produce reliable, affordable energy in the United States of America.
It's part of a broader U.S.-Japan trade and investment agreement, including $33 billion in Japanese funding, with plans that could grow into a $500 billion partnership.
This massive investment is going to create a lot of jobs, and there's going to be other industries that'll come in here to be near this energy production, to be near this intelligence generation.
The site, once central to America's Cold War defense, is still undergoing environmental cleanup. Now, private investment is helping speed that process up.
They're leasing land right here in Portsmouth. That ground lease will help us accelerate the cleanup.
Under the agreement, SoftBank, through SB Energy, will help fund that work, transforming the former uranium enrichment site into the Port's Technology Campus.
We've got to find the right communities that have the right local laws, the right workforce, the right attitudes, and the right size and scale where we can develop an industrial facility.
Officials say the scale here is unlike anything built before.
There will be more knowledge, more compute here than the entire current world capacity. More than ChatGPT, more than Gemini, everything combined, more will be based here in Ohio.
The project also includes a $4.2 billion investment in grid upgrades and new transmission lines, with developers saying it will not raise customer rates.
I will commit right now, right here, we will protect the electricity bill.
Construction is expected to begin this year, creating about 10,000 construction jobs and more than 2,000 permanent positions.
So hopefully that paints a little bit clearer picture of what's going on down there in Piketon for you. A lot of sports when we come back right after this from Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They're your trusted comfort advisor. If you're in need of any of these services, just click on this ad where you see it at littermedia.com, and it'll take you right to their website, which is accuratehvac.com, to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
High school softball is upon us, and high school baseball is just a couple days away. So make sure you have the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard bookmarked. To find all the scores for our area, you can log on to littermedia.com, and under sports, just click on Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard. It's a good idea to bookmark that page because baseball and softball teams are playing all the time. We have tons of scores on our score page right now, too many for me to read to you. So check that out. The 2026 Divisions 4, 5, 6, and 7 boys basketball All-Ohio teams were announced Wednesday by the Ohio Prep Sports Media Association. Circleville's Evan Callahan is the D4 boys basketball coach of the year. Tigers point guard Cole Nungester is a second-team All-Ohioan, and Union's Blake Fitch is third team. In D5, Zane Trace's Gunnar McCullough was a third-team selection. Portsmouth West's Caleb McCallahan is the D6 coach of the year, and the Senators' Will Kegley is a first-team selection. In the NBA, the Cavs fell to Miami last night, 120-103. They'll host the Heat tomorrow night in Cleveland and try to get a get-back game. CBJ head to Montreal tonight to face the Canadians, and the Cincinnati Reds will take on the Red Sox today as opening day is officially here. First pitch is scheduled for 4:10 p.m., but keep an eye on the skies for late-night thunderstorms on your way home if you head out to the game. Instead of going to Cincinnati, you could stay closer to home and join me at the Ross County Special Olympics Celebrity Basketball Game to see the Trailblazers take on our local celebrities. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Chillicothe High School Hatton Gym. Doors open at 5:30. If you've already got your Reds tickets, look for a photo album on our Facebook page after the game. All right, sports. Coming up next, we'll tell you who this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week is, followed by this date in history and our national days. But first, I want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Online all the time, customer payment account information, and more. Log on at litterpropane.com.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Now time for our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. Meet Georgia May. She's 3 years old, and her owner tells us, "I went to a cat cafe on a whim one morning. Georgia immediately jumped onto my lap and sat there for my entire visit. I could not go home without her. She now knows 3 tricks: sit, high five, and eat." Congratulations to Georgia. If you have a pet you'd like to nominate, just email us at littermedia@gmail.com with the name of your pet, a picture, and maybe some fun facts: how old they are, their favorite toy, stuff like that. I'm sorry, I just got a text from Dan Ramey, and my mind completely went blank. Now it's time for this date in history. I didn't have time to prepare any drawings for you today, so sorry about that. I have two unrelated dates, but I wanted to mention them both. Today in 1945, Allies led by the U.S. Marine Corps secure the island of Iwo Jima from Imperial Japanese Army, losing 6,000 American lives in the process. I just wanted to mention that one because we should never forget the lives that were lost to protect our freedoms. And then in 1958, The Bridge on the River Kwai wins Best Picture, a fictional story set during the construction of the Burma Railway in 1942 to 1943. I wanted to mention this one because all I've seen Alec Guinness in is Star Wars, and I want to change that. I've been meaning to watch Lawrence of Arabia and this movie. If you've seen one or either, let me know how they are. Let me know which one I should watch first, because I intend on checking out both of them. Our national days for Thursday, March 26th. It's Epilepsy Awareness Day, Purple Day. There's a hyphen there. That's the same thing, I guess. Manatee Appreciation Day, Nougat Day, and Spinach Day. Popeye the Sailor Man, I'm sure, is celebrating with lots of spinach. That's a look at our program for you for this Thursday. Dan Ramey back with us tomorrow. Also a special edition tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so stay tuned for all that. Thank you for watching this edition of Litter Media Live.